And I have a lot of insights on how and why and when, um, it all, like things that happened, and how the energetic manipulation or spells that were cast, or how it works. I've learned a lot because of that, and because of my ancestors and my ancient wisdom that is within me. Um, yeah, I mean, even with food, with I was poisoned with food. I had to learn how to eat right because of that. I've been hurting for 4 years now because of the energetic attacks and being honestly poisoned with food. Um, and then besides, like the poisons that we've all been going through, I mean, the plastic that they put in our food that we don't even, and that we don't even know about, but we're gonna be finding out. Um, Same with high fructose corn syrup blocks our pineal gland, or yeah, it blocks our pineal gland, our third eye, so that we can't connect to the divine. Um, that's why like pop, all that kind of stuff, like is bad for us, and that's what all the stuff that we love, that is, it was hard for me to give up too, and yeah, had an addiction to it, food and all and stuff like that, and those things are actually, it's made so that energetically, so that we don't connect to ourselves and find out our own truth, and like anything with milk, all that kind of stuff, that actually that calcifies the pineal gland as well. um, yeah, high fructose corn syrup. uh, yeah, I have a lot of information and knowledge of energetic means that have been used, and it was through observation of the people that were abusing me, and that were hurting me, and taking from me and siphoning from me. It was from their own behavior and actions that I figured this out. Besides my spirit team waking me up and intuitively giving me messages, and me connecting the dots, and having to take my energy back, and my life back, and reclaim my life for myself. Um, but yeah, no, it's actually, it's funny that way, because the same way that I figured it out was from the behavior itself of those around me. Is how it was their own behavior that made me figure out what they were doing. And that's what you have to become observant. And ego wants to prove, and wants to say and have it say. But when you be quiet and you just listen and you just observe, you'll find out a lot about your environment, the people around you, and their motives and their intentions through that. Especially with arrogant people. Arrogant people don't want to be seen as, don't want to see their negative intentions and negative actions and negative motives. They want to act like it didn't exist and it didn't happen, even though they did it. But when there's a repetitive sequence or amount, or yeah, repetitive pattern, or certain ways that certain things happen, it can only point to so many things. That's deductive reasoning. That's why I said observation, deductive reasoning, intelligence, experience, and an awesome spiritual team is what led me to be able to decipher this stuff, and to be able to break it in the matrix, and be able to break the matrix, to anchor it in, to anchor truth in, and go against the things that have been hurting us. And so, like I said, I'm actually really, and it made me grateful to be able to be that way, to be able to come back to my own sovereignty. God said, I get to have my sovereignty back. I get to have my energy back. And those that did me wrong, that intentionally, are going to have to face karma. I mean, and I don't wish that on them. That's what sucks. Like it being, like I said, being an earth angel, and seeing people and that make wrong decisions and choose wrong actions, and then they're gonna have to face their karma. And it's like, and there's nothing, it's not my fault, it's nothing that I can do. There's nothing that I can do to help them. They made the choice, they gotta lay in the bed. They made the bed, they gotta lay in it. Idea. I have nothing to do with it. And that's what, I'm still being targeted, and I'm not doing anything to anyone except figuring out what they're doing, and which brings light. and brings exposure to what they're doing. And that's what they don't like. And it's like, but it's still their actions that are getting them in trouble. I'm not doing anything but seeing them. I haven't even spoken about them, but it's my mission and it's my sole purpose to speak on them, to expose them with my words, with my throat chakra, and to bring truth into this reality and anchor in truth into this reality for all, for the highest good of all. Justice for the highest good of all. That's I was made to do that, and I was made to do that. So, but I have a lot of insights on, because of my experience, because of what has happened to me and what I figured out that I haven't shared, that I'm going to share. And we just entered Gemini season, and Gemini is the communicative sign, and there's a lot going on right now. Oh, it's so great. We have so much going on, like energetically and cosmically, and like it's really, really cool, the progression and the evolution and the re-evolution of man, of humanity, and that's what I'm one of the people ushering that in through this exposure of truth and light. And so, and I'm proud to be able to do that. I'm really proud to be able to do that. I'm glad. And my spirit team wants me to be proud too. They're like, you've been through a lot and you need to take pride and give yourself credit. And I'm just not used to it because we were conditioned, into not giving ourselves credit, just work, 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 and not, you know, give our money to the man, whoever the man is, and not be happy and not pay attention and just do what you're told. No, 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 that's no more. We're not doing that no more. That's not how that works. That's not how it will work anymore. That might have been the last era, but it's not this era. And we're already in the new era. So, all the things of the past are gone. Exposure, light, and truth, and unity, and compassion, and unconditional love, and balance, and harmony with our environment. And that is the new era of humanity. That is what we are walking. We've already walked into. We're just beginning, but we have to clean up the past. We can't ignore it. We can't pretend it didn't happen. Our souls have been fragmented across lifetimes that we have to integrate back to ourselves to become more stronger and more and better and expand soul consciousness and evolve, re-evolve, evolve. But it's progression, soul expansion, expansive progression. And so, it's actually really cool. There's so many views of this, and that's why, even what happened to me, it was karma. It was generational karma. It was galactic karma. It was universal karma. And fixing those, this goes all throughout the universe. This isn't just here on Earth too. It's playing out on Earth in the 3D sense, in a view of the atom sense, but it's way bigger than that. Way bigger than that. There's so much more that has to be taken into consideration, and that's why all this stuff it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And that was the moral of the story, is that it does matter with the soul fragmentation that has occurred, and to integrate it and to face it and to be able to integrate it back. You have to face it and heal it, to integrate it, to become more harmonized with oneself. And so that, in that sense, it matters, but it doesn't matter it shouldn't matter in our happiness, in our now moment, and what we have the potential to be, and what we can do, what we want to actually do, what our soul yearns for, what we yearn for, the freedom to be able to do the things that we want without worry, without fear, without stress, without anxiety, without doubt, without disbelief, without mistrust or distrust or any of the lower vibrational things. We shouldn't have to worry about any of those things. We should be right with ourselves and be able to be okay with that and move forward with the knowing of that. And that's what I had to do. That's what I had to do. And I had a lot of opposition, and I had a lot of, and that's the craziest thing, is that while I'm trying to heal and integrate my soul pieces, at the same time, there's energies outside of me that are targeting me and trying to make it so I don't heal, so that this change doesn't occur. So this truth doesn't anchor in, and this new era of man doesn't happen, because then all the dark forces power would be taken away, but then we would be free. So fuck them. Sorry, but yeah, I'm not sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. Yeah. You know, like I said, I don't hate anyone. I don't. It isn't about anyone else at all. It is about all of us. That's what I give a shit about. Is lessening the pain of humanity, healing the world. I don't. It's not against any one person. It has nothing to do with anyone else individually. It has to do with everyone collectively, and our happiness and our right to exist and our right to be free and our right to be abundant and our right to be happy. That's why I do what I do. Is to bring that into truth and anchor that truth into existence and into reality, so that everyone else can see that it's possible, that everyone else can see that even in the darkest of times, you can come out of it. Because I went through the fucking darkest of times, okay? And I was pushed on. That's what I mean. I'm trying to heal these things from my childhood and from the ancestral karma and galactic karma and all this stuff, the DNA within my DNA, while at the same time being attacked and feeling that energy, because my energy isn't unified, wasn't at the time, wasn't strong enough, so I was being affected by these outside energies that were trying to push in, and thank God I have a spiritual, like my spiritual phoenix mode went off, and I was able to call my team in, and they were able to help me battle. And I mean, like, all astral realm all the time. I mean, but it made me stronger. It did. It made me stronger, and I was still able to heal, and I was still able to integrate those soul pieces back. And so now I'm not even affected by outside forces. I'm not even affected by dark forces. God, that is what I've integrated within me, my shadow within me, with my light, my hurt, my pain from my wounding. I have faced and overcome, so I've integrated that within me. So now it can't be used against me. But it was fucking crazy to be able to hurt and be honest with oneself and deal with one's pain and face it, while at the same time forces outside of yourself are exacerbating that pain to keep you in a low vibrational state so you don't come into your power. But that's what I don't, I never give up. I don't, it doesn't matter how many times you knock me down, I will stand back up, and I will do it again, and I will try again, and I will try again. It doesn't matter. You cannot defeat me. I won't be defeated. I won't. I know I have God within me, and I know I have the spirit team that will help me. This all these powers that are way stronger, that run the realms of the lower vibrations, and I knew I had their help, and so I called on them, and it was an instinct to call on them. It was natural. It was within me to call them forth to help me to get through it. So that's what I mean, and I thank God that I did. For real. It only made me thank God and be grateful and be appreciative and love more and come into the love that I already am and always was. But it had been dimmed. It had been dimmed very much. Like, I don't even, God's going to show me very soon how dimmed it was. And I'm going to go off like a supernova soon. Like I'm already getting brighter and brighter and brighter, because I'm integrating and I'm balancing, and that's just the way that's universal laws and universal energetic laws. Because of what I've been doing, no matter what, I've been balancing myself, and so I've been getting stronger, my energetic signature and my energy. And so it's just the way that it is. These things are going to happen because that's universal law, and that's the way that it works. And that's what I've called in, and that's what I've called down. That's what I've anchored in. And so it applies. It rules all. So it's inevitable. It's something that can't be changed. It's the way that it is. And so I'm just one of the bringers of it. And so, yeah. And I have a lot, like, I'm gonna be posting like no other, because Gemini season just hit. The communicate, like I said, it's a communication, communicative zodiac sign, and it's enhanced our communication abilities, even though that didn't seem like it was very enhanced, but it is. It's enhanced and it's heightened, and I'm more connected right now to be able to speak these truths and to get the truth out there so that it can help other people. And So I'm excited to do that. Truths can be ugly. Well, they're going to be very ugly, but they have to be faced to be overcome. That's just the truth, and I'm here to help soften that by having to have gone through it myself, by myself. And I wasn't by myself. I mean, I had my spirit team and stuff like that, but I was by myself in this 3D realm. But I was made to be by myself. I was intentionally isolated so that my power would be dimmed and I could be siphoned off of. And they even tried to kill me. Yeah, it's great, but it's not great. That was sarcasm. It was rough. It was rough. It was. This journey is not for the faint of heart, and I meant that. My story it could be a movie. It's a crazy story. It's a beautiful story though, if you let it be. And that's what I decided to do. I decided to co-create with the divine and say, let's make this pain into a story worth telling. Let's do it. And God was like, let's do that. And the divine was like, I'm down too. Like, for real. And then I had to learn how to balance myself even more and center myself and heal myself even more to be able to do this and to bring it in and to co-create this with the divine and to make it a story worth telling. Like I said, if you let God be God and just, okay, God, because, and on top of it, I didn't need to be involved in it anyway, because I don't know all the details. I don't know the free will choices of others. And I don't need to worry myself about that either. That's wasting time and energy that I shouldn't have to waste about what other people's actions and what they do and their intentions that I could be using for my own happiness and my own fulfillment and my own healing and stuff like that. And so I had to let go and let God. And we have been conditioned and manipulated to reach outside of ourselves and attach ourselves to things and circumstances and people and that don't serve us, and out of anger and abuse of power and abuse of and manipulation and control, power and control dynamics, that just weren't healthy. At all. They were toxic, and they just made it so I was unhappy, and everyone else who was involved was unhappy. That's the thing about it. Like, the people don't even realize, like, their own choices make them unhappy, and they want to try and blame other people, and it's just not the way that it works. You can't do. It's not going to work. That just perpetuates the same negative emotion that's occurring. And so, and it's not true though. It's not true. You can't blame someone else for your choices. It just doesn't. That's not logical. It doesn't work that way. You have to own up to your own shit. And that's the only way you can get past that shit and become a different person if you choose to be. But the choice is always yours. Everyone has free will choice. Everyone has the right to make, but they have to live with the consequences of that choice. We all do. When you make a choice, you have to live with that. You can't pretend that those consequences don't exist or that you didn't make that choice when you did. When it's just the truth. That's just the truth. You can't push your energy or your karma onto someone else of a choice that you made when they had nothing to do with it. And vice versa. And vice versa, for real. I can't do the same, because it doesn't work that way. It's not balanced that way. It's not truthful that way. So, yeah, more to come, baby.